Titanfall 2 strategies on the map Exoplanet. Uh, anyway, they've finally added some other maps to Frontier Defense in this new update, one of them being Exoplanet, and I'd say a new map layout comes out, a new strategy, and a new priority on what to buy in that bank over there. um, Here, I'd say it's Arc Trap City. You can basically, in towards the middle of the map where it's like a ton of little hallways there, well, you can just litter the place like a good old Pac-Man stage, and you'll have an absolute lineup of just things just to hack and slash, shoot, or etc. And I'd say that's pretty good and pretty easy. But when it comes to a little bit harder modes, you still need to get the actual position of your good old teammates. Ronin can roam around wherever he wants and can always fall back when needed, obviously. But I'd say sometimes maybe stick to the good old spawn points. Like there's a spawn point over like right where I am now, over like behind me right now. And there's a spawn point all the way like towards the barrier. There's one to the right of me right now, and well, there's one towards where all the way in where that crazy blue apartment building thing is, and you can go ahead and absolutely destroy things there before they even get to the crazy Pac-Man maze you had set up. And something that does leak through and ends up in the Pac-Man maze that you made, well, it's gonna take a very long time for it to get to the good old harvester. Other than that, turrets are going to be pretty good because of the fact that they do deploy those nasty drones every now and then that you kind of either ignore or go out of your way and swat with your good old Ronin sword or bake them with your fire shield or whatnot, instead of focusing on the mortar titans that if you let them accumulate too much, well, they'll absolutely melt that harvester in no time. And then there's a few nuke titans that can be taken care of easily when they spawn in their little designated spawn locations, and not very few can really get to the harvester. Actually, it's kind of a very good defense. In this gameplay is on regular mode just because of ease of play, and also the fact that nobody that I really know was online at the time. So yeah. Anyway, other than that, I would recommend at least one guy on defense, on the harvester, maybe. Maybe a little bit overextended towards like the left or right side, like over to where you look out into the map. Over towards the left would be the best place to hang out if you're defense, or on the right side, because they usually come from those sides easier and faster because of the fact of, well, the arc trap maze. And as you can see here right now in the gameplay, look at the minimap. That's a lot of arc traps. And I think I might have overdone it though. But hey, there's no such thing as overdoing it when it comes to arc traps sometimes. Sometimes it really helps. And then we have the huge factor of, you should say that first wave. Well, it's pretty easy, in fact. They usually, most of the grunts that come from the right side, if you're looking from where the harvester is at, they usually huddle up in the same little piece of ground on that weird shaped mountain hill thing. So then you can just throw a fire star or throw some C4 at it and kaboom, done. And then, other than that, on some of the waves, you're going to get an absolute ton of Reapers. Depending on the difficulty mode, they can either be a pushover, or they can be one big obstacle. Because if you're on, like, insane mode, and those things appear, you're going to have some time. Because, for some reason, they have a lot more rate of fire, but still have a lot of damage. And you usually just end up running into the bullets so you can get that 2-hit melee, 3-hit melee, whatever, with whatever melee you got. Or even try just poking them at distance, and they might just Hulk smash you in the face, which does surprisingly a lot of damage. And don't even get me started when they warp fall on your face. And I'd say it's kind of easy, kind of hard. It depends. And one thing I'll say, it's an absolute blast. And another thing to watch out, a lot of nuke titans. Like I've said that there's not a lot of nuke titans, but that's usually on regular mode and whatnot. No, on regular mode there's still a decent amount of nuke titans. It's just that you usually take them out so easily because, like, look at me, I'm just camping at their spawn. And it feels a little bit easy. And also I've been trying to grind up with Ronin to get the max ability stats, so when like Aegis LTS or whatever Aegis the featured mode comes back on, I'll actually be prepared. Well, anyway, smack that like button, hit the sub, drop that comment, and I'll see you guys later for another video on the channel. I'm out of here.